Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Smart Grasp, Explore, and Win. Greetings for the day. Let's get started with today's topic. Now, Class 7, Chapter 13 Exponents and Powers. This is a very important topic which will be used in the higher class as well. There are 5 topics that covers the complete chapter, so let's discuss one by one. First, let's look into what is the base and what is an exponent. For example, 2 power 5. Here the 2 is the base and power 5. This one is called the power or exponent. The meaning of 2 power 5 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 5 times. And it is not mandatory that the base should be a positive number alone. It can even be a negative number. That is minus 3 to the power 4. Here minus 3 is the base, power is the 4. Even we can have the negative power like minus 5 to the power of minus 6. But however, for class 7, there are no sums dealing with negative power. But in our higher class, we will be solving sums with negative power. So let's look into the negative power in detail later on. Thus, let's focus only on the positive power with few examples. Now, exponential form or exponential notation, both are same. Let's look into how we can write a number in an exponential form or in an exponential notation. So let's take an example of 1 lakh. If we are asked to write it in exponential form or notation, we can write it as 10 to the power 5 because 10 power 5 is 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 into 10. Since the power is 5, we are supposed to multiply the 10 5 times by 10, which is 1 lakh. Thus, we got the question back. So, when they asked us to write 1 lakh in exponential form, we are supposed to write it as 10 power 5. Similarly, the questions will be asked in any manner. Like, if they are asking us to write 343 in exponential form or exponential notation, we are supposed to do prime factorization in order to find the base and power. So let's do it with 7. 7 49s are, again 7 7s are. So we have 7 into 7 into 7. We will do it till 1. 7 1s are. So 343 can be written as 7 into 7 into 7. That is 7 cube because we have 3 7. So 7 to the power of 3 into 1. That doesn't matter if we write or don't write. So 343 can be represented as 7 to the power of 3 because 343 is the product of 7 into 7 into 7. Likewise, we will be representing all the sums in exponential form or exponential notation. Now the next concept is laws. Laws that are part of exponents and powers. There are total of 7 laws. Let's discuss each law with an example. The first law is a power m into a power n equal to a power m plus n. That is, when the bases are equal, the powers can be added. The meaning here is we have two terms of same base but different powers in product. In this case, we can just add the powers. This law is also known as multiplication rule or product rule. Let's look into an example. 5 power 3 into 5 power 4. This is equal to, here we have the same base but different power. So the powers can be added, which is equal to 5 to the power of 3 plus 4. That is equal to 5 power 7. So when the bases are equal or when the bases are same, the powers can be added in a product rule. Now moving on to the second law, which is called the division rule or quotient rule. When the bases are equal and the terms are in division, the powers can be subtracted. That is, a power m by a power n equal to a power m minus n. Here in the numerator and denominator we have the same base and we have different powers. So in this case we can just subtract the powers. Now let's look into an example. 5 power 7 divided by 5 power 2. we have the same base. So let's subtract the power, which is 5 to the power of 7 minus 2. The answer is 5 power 5. It need not be different powers actually. Though it is the same power, we can subtract it. Now, moving on to the third law, a power m the whole power n, that is equal to a power mn. We will have a power to a power. So in this case, we will just multiply both the powers. For example, 3 to the power of 2, the whole power 4. So we have two powers. Now we can product the powers, that is 3 to the power of 2 into 4. So 2 4s are is 8. Therefore 3 to the power of 8 is the final answer. We are just multiplying the powers. Now moving on to the fourth law, which is we will have different base but same power. So in this case, we can product the base. A power m into b power m equal to ab the whole power m. For example, 3 to the power of 5 into 2 to the power of 5. Here we have different base but the same power. Therefore, I am just producting the base and we can write a common power, that is 3 into 2 the whole power 5, which is equal to 3 2s are 6. 6 power 5 is the answer. Now moving on to the fifth law, that is the whole fraction has a power. A by b the whole power m. This power is applicable to the numerator as well as to the denominator. Therefore, it is equal to a power m by b power m. So in all these laws, it is not like only LHS is equal to RHS. If the question is in RHS, we can substitute and solve by LHS as well. For example, if in the question we have a power m by b power m, we can rewrite it as a by b the whole power m. So both the directions it is true. So let's look into an example. 3 by 4 the whole power 2. The power 2 is applicable to the numerator as well as to the denominator. Therefore, it becomes 3 to the power 2 by 4 to the power 2. If in the question it is 3 to the power 2 by 4 to the power 2, it can also be rewritten as 3 by 4 the whole power 2, because laws can be applied LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS. Now moving on to the sixth law, a power 0 equal to 1. Any number to power 0 is 1. The base can be any number. You can take 2 power 0, that is also equal to 1, or 3 power 0, that is also equal to 1. Even if you take higher number like 1000 power 0, that is also equal to 1. Now moving on to the next subdivision, a power 1 equal to a. Any number to the power 1 is the same number. That's why the power 1 is not explicitly mentioned anywhere. For example, 5 power 1 equal to 5. So there is no need of representing 1 as a power. 30 power 1 is 30. Even 10,000 power 1 is 10,000. So any number power 1 is the same number. Now the last law, which is a combination of plus 1 and minus 1 everywhere. So now 1 power a is 1. Any number raised to power, if the base is 1, the answer is 1. For example, 1 power 5. The actual meaning of this is 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1, which is a 1. So any power, let the power be any number. If the base is 1, the answer is 1. For example, 1 power 10,000 is 1. Now minus 1 to the power a, that is, if the a is even, we will have the answer 1, but if the a is odd, we will have the answer minus 1. We will compare it with an example. Minus 1 to the power 4. Here the power is even number. If we expand this, we will have minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. So first let's multiply the number. 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. And now sign multiplication. Minus into minus is plus. Plus into minus minus. Minus into minus plus. Therefore the answer is plus 1. So minus 1 to the power any even number, we will get the answer as plus 1. Now minus 1 to the power 3 equal to minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. So same, let's multiply the number first. 1 into 1 into 1 is 1, minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus. So we got the answer as minus 1. Here the power is odd, therefore we got the answer as minus 1. These are the complete set of laws that are used in exponents and powers. Now let's look into few examples. 3 power 5 into 10 power 5 into 25 power 1 into minus 1 the whole power 4 divided by 1 power 1000 into 6 power 5 into 4 power 0 into minus 1 the whole power 3 into 2 power 2. So in order to solve this, the thumb rule is the base has to be in prime number. If it is not in a prime number, we have to convert it into a prime number. So now let's solve this. 3 power 5, the base is 3, which is already a prime number, so I am just keeping it as it is, into 10. 10 is not a prime number, we can write it as 5 into 2. So 5 into 2, already we have power 5 there, so I am just retaining it, into 25 power 1. We already knew the law, a power 1 equal to a. Anything raised to power 1 equal to the same number. Therefore 25 will be as it is. 25 into, now minus 1 the whole power 4. We knew the law, minus 1 the whole power even number is 1. So instead of minus 1 the whole power 4, we can substitute into 1. Divided by, we have 1 power 1000 here. We already knew that 1 power anything is 1. So I'm just writing 1 into 6. 6 is not a prime number, so we can split the 6 into 3 into 2. The whole power 5, I am just retaining it, into 4 power 0. We knew the law, a power 0 equal to 1. So instead of 4 power 0, I am just substituting it 1. Into minus 1 the whole power 3. We knew that minus 1 the whole power odd number gives us minus 1. So instead of minus 1 the whole power 3, we can substitute minus 1. Into 2 power 2, we can just write it as it is, because 2 is a prime number. It is already in a prime number base. Now let's simplify this further. We knew a law called a into b the whole power m can be splitted as a power m into b power m, because as per the law, if there is a common power, we can split it to its term. Therefore 3 power 5 we can retain as it is, into 5 into 2 the whole power 5. So it becomes 5 power 5 into 2 power 5, into 25 is not a prime number, so let's split it as 5 into 5, into 1, that doesn't matter. 3 into 2 the whole power 5, the same law we can apply here. So 3 power 5 into 2 power 5. So into 1 doesn't gives any changes, so I'm just leaving it, into minus 1 into 2 power 2. Now we knew the product rule, that is when the bases are equal, the powers can be added. A power m into a power n equal to a power m plus n. Now we have many same bases, so let's club it together. Similarly, we knew a quotient rule, which is a power m by a power n equal to a power m minus n. When we have same base in the numerator and denominator, we can subtract their powers. Now let's solve. The first term we have 3 power 5 in the numerator, even in the denominator we have 3 power 5. So let's subtract the power, hence 3 power 5 minus 5, into here if there is no power, it means that 1 is the power for these terms. So we have 3 same bases, that is 5 to the power of 5 plus 1 plus 1, and into 2 to the power of 5, the remaining term, just writing it as it is, divided by 2 to the power of 5, because the first term we have already taken it to the numerator, into minus 1 into 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 5 I can cancel from both numerator and denominator. So I'm just cancelling it. Equal to 3 to the power of 5 minus 5 is 0. So 3 to the power of 0 into 5 to the power of 7, because 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 7, divided by minus 1 into 2 to the power of 2. This is equal to, we already knew that a to the power of 0 is 1. So 1 into any number is the same number. So we can just write 5 to the power of 7 divided by this minus, we can take it to the numerator because this minus is for the complete fraction. Therefore, I am taking the minus to the numerator. Hence, in the denominator, we will have 2 to the power of 2. Therefore, the final answer is minus 5 to the power of 7 by 2 to the power of 2. So, in this one particular example, there are 4 to 5 laws clubbed together. Usually, sums will be asked in this manner. Let's look into one more example. 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 4 into 4 divided by 3 into 32. So as I already told, we have to follow the thumb rule to make the base as a prime numbers. 2 to the power 3 we can keep it as it is because 2 is a prime number which is the base. Into 3 to the power 4 we can keep it as it is. Into 4 is not a prime number. So let's do prime factorization and substitute the relevant value. 4 2 2s are 2 1s are. There are 2 2s, so 2 square is 4. Hence, instead of 4, we can write 2 to the power of 2 divided by 3 into 32 is not a prime number. So, we will do prime factorization. 2 16s are, 2 8s are, 2 4s are, 2 2s are, and 2 1s are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 2 to the power of 5 is 32. Now, instead of 32, we can write 2 to the power of 5. We already knew a law that a power m into a power n equal to a power m plus n. We are going to club together. We have same base here. So the powers can be added, which is equal to 2 to the power of 3 plus 2 into 3 to the power of 4. We can keep it as it is divided by. We can rearrange and write the denominator 2 to the power of 5 first into 3. We knew a quotient rule. A power m divided by a power n equal to a power m minus n. If the bases are same and it is a numerator denominator, the powers can be subtracted. Now 2 to the power of 5 because 3 plus 2 is 5 into 3 to the power of 4 divided by 2 to the power of 5 into 3. Now let's cancel the first term because it is same. Then we will have this. We can apply this law here. 3 to the power of 4 minus 1, because if there is no power, it means that 1 is the power, which is equal to 3 to the power of 3. So we have reduced the given term. We have simplified it into 3 to the power of 3. If they are asking us to simplify or reduce, we can stop it here. But if the equation is like solve, we have to expand this. That is 3 to the power of 3 is 3 into 3 into 3. 3 3s are 9 and 3s are 27. So 3 to the power of 3 equal to 27. Now let's look into the other concept, number and expanded form. So this is, as we have already learned in our lower classes, there will be a number. We have to write its expanded form. So let's assume a number 3 4 2 8 1 7 2 9. So now we have to expand this. Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh crore. We have to expand this with its respective number place. Therefore, first digit is 3. 3 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 zeros. So 1 followed by 7 zeros. Plus 4 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 followed by 1 followed by 6 zeros. Plus 2 into 1 followed by 5 zeros. Gradually the zeros will decrease because we move each digit. Therefore now it is 5 zeros, which is 1 lakh. Plus 8 into 1 followed by 4 zeros, which is 10,000. If you look into the number place the position of 8 is also in ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, 10,000 place. So we are writing 8 into 10,000 plus 1 into 1000 because 1 stands in 1000 place, plus 7 into 100 and plus 2 into 10 plus 9 into 1. So this is how we will be expanding a given number according to its position. Now let's look into the other example, 3042. Now while we expand this, 3 into 1, 2, 3, so 3 zeros, then it is 1000 because 3 is in the 1000 place, plus 0 into 100, that doesn't give any meaning. If you write 0 into 100 or simply 0, both same, plus 4 into 10. This is why, because 4 is in 10th place, and also we have already expanded the first digit as 1000, the second digit is 0, so the 100th place is 0. Now 10th place, plus 2 into 1. Now let's look into the other example, 423001. Now let's expand this, 4 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 followed by 5 zeros, which is 1 lakh, plus 2 into 10,000 plus 3 into 1000 because 1 tens, 100,000, plus if you expand these zeros also, there is no value, 0 into anything is 0, so straight away we can write 1 into 1. We have skipped the 100th place and 10th place because in the 100th and 10th place we have zeros. Hence, like this only we will be expanding the given number. Now let's discuss about the standard form. We will be asked to write a number in a standard form or scientific notation. Both are same. It has 4 parts. The first one should be a natural number. So it should have one natural number. Then a decimal point, followed by it should be one digit. So only one natural number followed by a decimal point. Then we can have few digits, any number of few digits. So this will be the first part, this will be the second one, and this will be the third part. The fourth part is exponent part. So now let's look into the example. First we need one digit, one natural number, 7, next decimal point, so point, then few digits. We can take 6, 3, 2. Then comes the last one, exponent part, which is into 10 to the power of some value. So exponent part consists of a multiplication part with base 10 as base and a power. So it can be a 10 to power of 7, anything. So this is the standard form or scientific notation of a particular number. This is how the standard form looks like. It has one digit, a decimal point, few more digits, followed by the exponent part. The questions will be asked in a fashion such that a normal number will be given and we will be asked to write it in scientific notation or standard form. Let's look into few examples. First sum, we have a number which we are going to write it in a standard form or scientific notation. As we already knew the parts of a scientific notation or a standard form, we will represent it. The first part is it should have a natural number, so we can retain 1 followed by a decimal point, then few digits 7 to 9, which is an optional. If at all in the question we have digits, we can write it. If there are no digits, it's fine. Into exponent part, 10 to the power. We have to write a power accordingly such that the value of the question is not changed. In the question, there are no decimal points, meaning that the decimal point is at the last place. We have brought that decimal between 1 and 7. So that point has traveled these many digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Therefore 10 to the power of 11. This is the required scientific notation. If you try writing the normal number from this scientific notation, we will get back the question. So the decimal point is here and it is like into 10 to the power of 11. If it is multiplication, the decimal dot has to move right hand side. We have to move 11 digits as the exponent part has 11 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it is moved to last. We got the question back. This is how a normal number is represented in a scientific notation. Moving on to the next example. This is also a complete whole number. We don't have any decimal part. So let's introduce the decimal point. 3 point. The remaining digits we can write as it is into 10 to the power. We have to write power. The decimal dot is at the end. It is brought between 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore 10 to the power of 7. Now if you try representing the standard form back to the original number, we should get the same question. So the decimal point from here has to move 7 places in the right hand side because this is a multiplication. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got the question back. Now moving on to the next example. 7148.6003. We already have the decimal point, but in the standard form or scientific notation, the decimal point should be next to a natural number. Therefore, we have to bring this decimal point, which is between 8 and 6, to front side between 7 and 1. So 7.1486003. We have to write all the digits into 10 to the power. We have brought this decimal point 3 places front. So I'm just writing 3 here. As it is traveled 8, 4, 1 and came in front 3 places, so power 3. If you try expanding the answer, you will get back the question. Now moving on to the other example, 34.7298. Here we have the decimal point between 4 and 7. Let's try to bring it one digit before. So the answer will be 3.47298 into 10 to the power 1. As we have traveled only one digit, the power is 1. So this is about representing a normal number in a standard form or scientific notation. The key point here is while we represent the given number in scientific notation or standard form, the value of the question should not be changed. It is just representing a number in different way. That's all. Now let's discuss on the other way. A scientific notation or standard form will be given. We are asked to write a normal number or a usual general number. The question is 7.32 into 10 to power 8. Into 10 to the power of 8. So the decimal point has to travel 8 digits. 732. It is already traveled 2 digits and we have 6 digits. Since there are no digits left after 2, we will add 6 zeros. Now if you expand, the decimal point has to travel right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Therefore, this is the answer. The other example, 4.0062 into 10 to the power 2. Since this is a multiplication, the decimal point has to travel right hand side. 1, 2 because power 2. So, 2 digits has to be traveled in right hand direction. Therefore, the answer is 400.62. With this, the standard form or scientific notation is completed and we have covered all the concepts of chapter 13. Thank you all for watching SMART. Grasp, explore and win. Stay tuned for more videos.